All right, guys, welcome back to Nerf, Surf, and Turf. Once again, this will be our detailed description of what's going on. Honestly, within a few more days, we probably will be able to go ahead and release this. It is day 7. By day 10 in the game, we will have 7 active days under our belt. And even, I guess, 8 active days. I'm going to really look hard at releasing that first detailed video and starting to release it every day after that. So let's take a look at what's going here. I do believe, do we still, I think we have some more. Yep, we have some more going on up here. So we finally have some movement here. South Canada is at war with the northern United States. This is an active war happening now. I don't see a lot of actual fighting. I don't know why war was declared. I'm not sure who declared on whom or why. It doesn't make a lot of sense if you're not actually attacking somewhere, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is Greenland coming on down to New York. Interesting. Looks like no one going to try to exploit that turnaround. If I was these guys, look how many troops they have here. I'd run the 21 to pin down the troops in New York and then hoof around the corner here and see if I could attack into the underbelly here. But again, they don't really necessarily know what's going on in the backcountry. There is nothing back here. You could just run rampant. But anyway, we have the continued drama here going on. It does look like southern United States recaptured Miami. So it looked like I think Ole was coming up here to capture Orlando, which he did do. But then somehow southern United States, I think, came through the water behind and captured Miami back. So we're having a bit of a war down here for the southern bit of Florida here. Now, it does look like we've got a lot of troops flowing down here from the south. Of course, here's 20 more troops coming down and 17 more. So really depopulated the entire front here from the forces of southern United States. Now, the big question mark on everyone's minds, especially the people down here in Northwest Africa, the big question is, why isn't Canada doing something about this? They know that that Ole attacked Florida. They know that the South pulled all of his men back, and that was quite a few men that he had in that region. Why are they not striking? They have now the numeric superiority at the border here. You can see these guys are holding back intelligently, but this is such a wonderful choke point for Canada. Nothing gets into Canada except for through this territory. On the other hand, he can threaten 1, 2, 3, well, that's his own territory, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 territories just from here. So he can strike out and really do some damage. In this situation, my recommendation would be, again, send out 5 to each territory to pin them down, but just send out 5. And then once those 5 engage, send in the rest of your guys, the rest 40, into the weakest one of these. So while they're pinned down, you attack and destroy into the weakest one of them. I don't think each of these has a fort building. No fort, no fort, no fort. I mean, and a level 2 building. There's just so much that Canada has here, and they're just not doing anything. And I know that they've been expressing frustration down there in Northwest Africa about that very thing here in the Western Middle East. They did this huge trip across the sea, actually successfully invaded, and nothing is happening from their allies in Canada. So big question marks all around up there. So Benaiah and his brother have continued to march westward. It does look like, this is Morocco. Morocco is going to protect Oran. West Libya, that's Mighty Benaiah. Looks like he's attacking westward here. And is this also West Libya? I think he's starting to get the sense that there's nothing back here. I would rather see this 26 coming down and just capturing the heartland. All of this stuff down here, that's just up for grabs. He doesn't know that yet. That's the problem, right? I mean, he's got all these troops over here. So this is his brother, East Libya. That's Dorcas. But between the two of them, they could sweep everything, and they just don't know it. So that's what the fog of war does, ladies and gentlemen. You just can't see beyond what's in front of you there. Other than that, there are some tensions rising over here. Big buildup between Arabia and Egypt. A lot of nasty words in the newspaper, as we saw in the last video. Those have kind of continued in the spirit of role play. We can see buildup on this border here as well. One thing I wanted to call attention to, though, is the huge drama that's happening right now. This is probably a pivotal moment. Here we are in day 7. We can't even build factories yet, and we're having some really big changes. So the first big change, of course, was that Italy did capture Innsbruck from Austria-Hungary. Captured it, and he's keeping it. He got it up to a level 1. Now he's building up to a level 2. He's keeping that. Austria looked like he was going to try to do a counterattack, but he wisely retreated back to his capital. If he had attacked in with that 20 or whatever it was, he would have lost them all, and then he would have lost his capital. So sometimes you got to, live to fight another day. Big news here. It looks like Master of Puppets here attacked down in a 2-prong attack to here and to here. And this one landed, but landed against forces sufficient to protect. Looks like France knows that. He's not even going to bother to come over to here to help because there is a fort here. So these Germans will die. That was a 30 stack on the hot gates of Germany here. And so 10 went this way, 10 went this way. And now Strasbourg is pretty much defenseless, although they don't know that because that's a level 2 or 3 fort. Here, though, I was watching this in real time. This 10 landed and attacked this 1, and this miracle unit survived this attack. Now, granted, he is in a fort, so it's not, a super miracle or anything, but it still means that 3 out of these 10 attacks got through, so this guy survived. Now, here's what's going down. The next attack is in 7 minutes, and reinforcements are coming in 19 minutes. And so is Germany going to get to capture Bern here? And if he does, he will be inside of a fort. So in 7 minutes, we will know whether or not Master of Puppets is going to take and probably at least hold for now Bern. So very interesting play going on up here. Now, at the same time, as I'm patting Germany on the back for the play down there, here's a guy standing there who needs to be going somewhere. We have this. This is bad news. So you can see Sweden took this precious double wheat away from Germany. I will say there was some talk. Master of Puppets thought that there was a treaty. I have spoken to him since because I investigated, and there was not a treaty between this coalition. I should have a chart in front of me. This coalition of Britain, Germany, and Austria. They believe there was a treaty between them and the Scandinavian and North Russian. I investigated. I saw the screenshots. There was not. There was not any kind of like, oh, yes, let's do this. Okay, we're going to do this. Not even kind of. So it's unfortunate. Puppet, for whatever reason, thought there was a treaty and left his northern border pretty much, well, not completely unprotected. He fought a valiant defense. But it's going down. You can see Finland's getting in on the action here, and not a moment too late because Puppet might be able to hold this. He's bringing in some stuff, but this stuff will take a while to get there, 8 hours, whereas these guys are going to arrive in 3 hours. So the question is, can he hold with this troop right here, with these troops right here, for long enough for these others to arrive? And ultimately, it doesn't really matter because here comes Finland with a really large army. So I think the writing is on the wall for Germany. Germany's going to crumble from the north down. And the question is, can he fall back to Berlin? He did not build any forts in Berlin. That's something that we are learning in some of these alliance games. By the way, we just started our alliance game versus the Golden Wind, that very powerful alliance that we met through the tournament that we're about to start in November. And it's a very exciting game. That game has begun. It is live. And one of the things is I am Germany in that game, and I am building a fort in Berlin. It seems like it's safe back here, but man, you want to have a fort to fall back to. And that's going to be the position that Puppet will be in here, is needing to fall back and keep his capital and not going to be able to keep his capital. because there's no fort there, and he's probably broke AF. Now, as we move around the screen here, there are a couple things that I don't understand, and so maybe when this video finally airs, the person can comment below and let me know. First of all, why is Caucasus, why does he own this territory? I thought that territory belonged to his ally, Ukraine. So did they do a trade? It is day 7, and trades are allowed, I believe, on day 7. And we're well into day 7, so this trade could have taken place any of the previous 14 hours. So it looks like, but oh, I didn't even see this. They did a trade. Holy crap-oly. They did a trade, and it looks like they just traded double steals. That is fascinating. I don't know why they did that, possibly to expedite the movement of Caucasus. I'm going to have to find out what the reasoning was behind that later, because that is a fascinating little trade. So one of them is building a railway and has a harbor. The other one obviously doesn't have a harbor and is almost finished with a railway. So just interesting. Wow. I've never seen anything like that, but I did see this chunk first, and then I saw this chunk, obviously just live on air here. What a strange and interesting thing. They'll have to explain that to me later on. Okay, so other big stuff I don't understand is poor little Lithuania here. Lithuania, I don't know what's going on. Lithuania is experiencing some kind of terrible downward morale. It almost looks like he lost these territories and gained them back, although it doesn't make any sense because it doesn't look like he's moved at all. So I am just kind of baffled. Let's take a look at Lithuania's overall morale. Oh, average morale of 38%. I don't know what happened. Lithuania, I mean, even if you're just AFK, which is what it appears to me, even if you're just not doing anything, you shouldn't have that low of a morale. Oh, no. What am I thinking? Of course you would, because you're not dialing your resources. So he's probably energy deficient. All it takes is one of those 3. He's probably food deficient. All it takes is one of those 2 to be in the negative. So that's what we have here. We have almost certainly an alliance 1 player short. So big time apologies to Green Thumb here and Russia, who is President Weber Grill. I did want to, if we do another one of these, I'd really like for our names in game to match our names on the Discord server. And it's easy to change your name on the Discord server, even just temporarily. If you would do that, that'd be great. That'd be great. So anyway, that looks to me like what's going on here. AFK, very low morale, and really he's not serving his allies any purpose at all except for to just sort of occupy space. Having said that, does look like we have Poland on the move. Poland is going to take, oh, this is Poland. Okay, Poland somehow took this territory here, and I think he might have just inherited it. It might have just rebelled over to him. I mean, these are going to get low enough to where we could have a rare but possible rebellion even with troops on there. I don't know. I'm really not sure what's going on over here, but definitely it does look like Lithuania is AFK. Not a great look for a player who really desperately wanted to get into this game and then just didn't even start it. We don't have a lot of that, luckily, in this community, but we do have some. All right, so lastly, the never-ending standoff of Russia v. Russia continues here. It does look like, yeah, he went ahead. They're backing off some of these troops in the northeast here, keeping these troops, I think, balanced to maybe counter anything that goes on over here. And what we have over here is a fascinating thing. Finland is going ahead and taking these non-player characters. So we haven't seen a lot of that since the very first part of the game, where a lot of people made grabs. So late game grab, this is going to connect Finland up to the rest of the game, basically. He's going to have a front with Poland here and Lithuania, and he'll have direct troop movement capabilities, sort of a beachhead, if you will. So he's going for it, we can tell. You can see Poland sort of posturing defensively here. Oh, no, he's not. He's going for it. Oh, okay. Fun stuff, people. So Poland is almost certainly going to be able to capture Valmiera. That's probably enough to get what's in here. I imagine what's in here is 14 troops with a level 2 fort at least. It's not going to be easy, but he probably should be able to take that. And then, yeah, and then these guys will probably take that. So they're going to split Livonia here. Very interesting. Great high-level play from everybody so far. Scandinavia is taking some names, attacking down into Germany. It looks like that push is going to happen. Whether or not Germany temporarily gets hold of part of Italy here, actually now I think we can say definitively that it's what? Okay, am I missing something? It looks to me like Germany defeated the last of the Italian defenders in that 7 minutes. He's just sitting there. What am I missing something? Maybe it's a lag, because this is not going to arrive for another 10 minutes. This should belong to Germany. It's possibly a lag. I don't know. Let me see if I can hurry this up and see if it refreshes. Okay, well, that would have been fun to watch in real time. But even if Germany gets that, he's not going to hold it for long. Even if he can hold it against this 18, here comes another big stack to take it back. So I feel like good play from Germany and the fledgling team here. Some misunderstandings about alliances that they thought were happening that were not happening. And but that alone is not, it's just Germany has too many fronts, just way too many fronts. And we didn't see a lot of cooperative play between these three players, because they've never met each other and because they're relatively low level players, and they've never played this kind of tight team play before. So I think they put on a really good show. As I have to give props especially to Paige for all the diplomacy we saw coming out of that country. And then from what I've seen of Master of Puppets, he's active in moving troops around. I didn't see anything that wowed me, but then I didn't see anything that made me slap my forehead either. I like the early capture of the double wheat. He really should have tried to capture. I'm sure he did, but he should have made damn sure he captured the coal as well. There's no reason for him not to have captured the coal, because they had to get in the water and then back out of the water to even get there. He was on land the whole way. That was an early strategic mistake that we talked about in one of the first couple of videos. You do not want them to have a beachhead, and that's exactly what happened here. Is they just waltzed right in and took this double wheat, whereas they would have had to land and take heavy losses on the shores. That does seem to be something that Poppet understands. We can see people that were on the shores, they're not anymore. They're hurrying back to guard the homeland. But we did see some on the shores there, which is just a great way to defend as people are debarking. All right, I think that's about it. I probably have missed some stuff, and if so, I do apologize. A lot of drama here between the north and south of the New World. Some older drama over here between the east and west of the Middle East. Steadily moving west, but Benaiah and his brother not really understanding exactly how barren and unpopulated this entire region is, just ripe for the picking. They seem focused on the capitals, and I don't blame them. What a cherry that is to grab, but they're leaving behind the rest of the wildebeest down here. So we'll see if that changes in the near future. But again, I'm not going to share this video in time for them to take advantage of it. So great stuff going on. Europe, I believe Germany is collapsing. It just seems to be my opinion here of what's happening. So we've got some big teams who still haven't really made big moves. I'm keeping my eye on Raya Force and his team. I'm keeping my eyes on Harkold and Papa Smitty here, and Grandma Karen, who used to be General Penis but has changed his name somehow miraculously. They might have, I don't know, they might have subbed someone in. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been a great game. I'm about to record the from afar view to release in real time, so I got to get out of here and take care of that. But anyway, check y'all next time. Thanks for tuning in. Adios, amigos.